CDK lets you model and provision all of your AWS resources using general-purpose programming languages such as JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, C#, Java, and Golang. At the heart of CDK are constructs, which are the basic building blocks of an AWS CDK app. A construct represents a cloud component, which can be a single AWS resource like a S3 bucket, but it can also be a higher level abstraction that encapsulates multiple AWS resources, like an entire API, and because of this diversity, the CDK team classifies them as 3 different levels. Level 1 or L1 constructs directly map to CloudFormation resources and are generated from the CloudFormation resource specification. L1 constructs names always start with CFN. For example, CFN bucket maps to the AWS S3 bucket resource in CloudFormation and have all the same configuration options as its CloudFormation counterpart. Level 2 or L2 constructs also represent AWS resources, but has a higher level intent-based API that gives you sensible defaults and has helper methods that make working with the resource easier. The bucket construct, for example, has an add lifecycle rule method to make it easier for you to add the lifecycle rule to an S3 bucket. And the L3 constructs represent architecture patterns that can involve multiple AWS resources. For example, the Lambda REST API construct creates an API in API Gateway that's backed by a Lambda function, and that handles all the routes, aka a monolithic function or a fat function. By combining different L1 and L2 constructs together, you can create your own custom L3 constructs that captures the established best practices within your organization, such as S3 bucket with server-side encryption enabled with a KMS customer managed key, or REST APIs with a default set of WAF rules, and so on. These custom constructs can then be shared as packages or modules through NPM or Maven or NuGet or whatever, so other developers can easily reuse existing patterns in their own applications. CDK uses CloudFormation under the hood, so in order to deploy your AWS resources, they need to be added to a stack, which maps to a CloudFormation stack. And at the top level, you have a CDK app, which represents your CDK application and contain one or more stacks that you can deploy either together or one stack at a time. And going back to constructs, to instantiate a construct, you always need 3 arguments: scope, ID, and the props. Scope is the construct's owner, which can be a stack or another construct. And since you can put a construct as another construct's parent, you can put all of your constructs into a tree, where the root of the tree is the CDK app, which can contain one or more stacks, and every stack can contain multiple constructs, and a construct can contain other child constructs, and those children can have their own child constructs, and so on and so on. And it's possible to traverse this tree because every construct has a node attribute that represents the construct in this tree, and it gives you access to the construct's children, path, the root, and so on. And this can be very useful for building tools that, say, scans your construct tree and automatically creates CloudWatch alarms for certain resources. And the ID argument is used as the namespace for everything that's defined within the current construct, and is used to generate the CloudFormation logical ID, and then by extension, the resource name. And it must be unique within the current scope, so a parent construct can't have multiple children with the same ID. And if you look at a CloudFormation stack generated by CDK, you see how this allows you to see all the related resources grouped together under the same namespace. And finally, props is a set of construct-specific properties that lets you define the initial configurations for this construct. So a stack would have a different set of properties to, say, a Lambda function, and you can of course define your own properties type for your custom constructs as well. And once you have your CDK app, you can use a CDK CLI to synthesize or generate the CloudFormation template for one or more of the stacks, so you can review your changes, and if you're happy, then you can use CDK deploy to deploy one or more of these stacks to your AWS account and region. And if you're using ephemeral environment, then you will also be using CDK destroy to destroy your stacks regularly. And those are the 3 most common commands that you'll be using, but there are also others like CDK list to see all the stacks in the app, or CDK diff to see how your local templates differ from the deployed CloudFormation stacks, or CDK bootstrap, which is the first thing you will run against a new AWS account or region. So you will create a deployment bucket for CDK assets and SSM parameters and so on. All the things that CDK needs to work against this account and the region. Okay, so that's a quick introduction to CDK. Hi, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you do, why not check out these other videos and learn more about serverless development.